Greetings, everyone. Class is in session. Welcome. It is I, TheDomotaku, Sensei. Here it is. Yes. Welcome to the final episode of Blue Archives animation. We did it, y'all. Finally. Long in the making. 12 episodes. It's been good. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch up with most of the episodes like on a weekly basis. I would love to, but unfortunately this anime just followed on holidays after holidays, and like, you know, I'm busy IRL doing things so I couldn't watch it or whatever. But I binged. I'm pretty sure what was the last one I did? I think I did like episode 4, 7 or 8. No, I think it was 8, because the filler I pretty much, I did the aquarium episode and then everything else till 12 up to now. So yeah, I binged pretty much the last 5 episodes, and it's pretty good. And to, you know, commemorate the final episode, the end of season 1, quote unquote, right? I got my sensei drip here, so I would like to stand up, but it's hot, and also this thing is like freaking heavy as hell. So, you know, I got the whole sensei cosplay ready here. This is my next Halloween costume, probably for the next jillion years. But yeah, it's hot in this thing. I swear to gosh. Okay, anyways. So yeah, today I'm gonna do a quick review and give some thoughts and, you know, things on what I missed from episodes 8 through 11. We gotta talk about 11 specifically because that was some pretty big stuff. But then, of course, afterward we'll talk about episode 12 by itself, and then the overall anime as a whole. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, is watching this for the first time, I have played the game. You can check out most of my playthroughs on the channel. I pretty much binged through the whole story through quite a while. Although, you know, volume 1 or Abydos whole chapter is really early on in the game, so that's like the latest one I remember. But this anime was pretty solid in that regard. And we'll talk about that in detail. That James, welcome. I cannot see comments really well. It's too small, but I'm pretty sure it says James, right? Yes, welcome. What's up? Okay, so let me bust up my sensei notes and then we go change soundtrack. Okay, I like our Haru, but we gotta put something else. Here. Where's this? Yeah, this is perfect. All right. Let me get out my sensei notes and my lessons, my notes. Okay, so for now, let's go recap what I missed out on. Last time on the channel, I talked about episode 7. I'm pretty sure that was before the whole filler episode of the aquarium. Now, I wasn't sure how this episode was gonna go, but honestly, I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. So we go, next slide, please. So the aquarium episode was pretty good. I was like, you know, I was gonna say give it a 10 out of 10 if they did the Hoshino Live 2D, which they did a small screenshot edit, like a little Easter egg of it, but you know, it's acceptable. But overall, I really enjoyed the episode. Like the anime, I think I'll say this in terms of like the overall aspect of the series versus the game in the chapter, is that they really do a good job at, like, you know, showing the relationship between the club, right? You got, you know, the students, Hoshino, Shiroko, Serika, Ayane, Nonomi, and right now, and you know, it really does like feel good. Also, because of the voice acting, they put a lot of emphasis on a lot of things. So yeah, the aquarium, pretty solid, and then you have like freaking Shiroko talking to Hoshino one-on-one, you know, showing that she really like cares about Hoshino a lot. And then if you know, you've played the game through Volume F, then you know, right? If you know, then you know. But it was pretty solid. Next up, oh my goodness, who is that? That's freaking Noah and Yuka. Dude, I fucking love the Easter eggs in this anime. I swear to gosh, like, if we need a season 2, like for real, they keep dropping characters, and I'm just like, dude, I swear we need a second season. Like, when? So yeah, you know, it was pretty nice after the whole whatchamacallit, aquarium. I was gonna call it a date, but it's not technically a date. The hangout, right? You know, I was like, oh, let's go take a group photo, and then they're trying to include Sensei. You know, Sensei was about to like, whatchamacallit, not include himself in the photo. Like, he only take it for you guys, but there's like, no, you're supposed to join us with us. And then, you know, of course, Noah and Yuka coming in clutch to take the photo for them. this is all, you know, this didn't happen in the game for sure. I could immediately say that, but like this is fantastic. I just love it in general. And then interestingly enough, you know, with Yuka, right? They unfortunately skipped the tutorial in the beginning. They hinted that they did it, but you know, it's like, oh hey, it's been a while, Yuka, since, you know, the tutorial of the game. And then Noah, this is the first time technically, I don't know, that they met, but then there's like no like, oh, greetings sensei, I'm Noah, I'm the I forget exactly what she was. I know Yuka's the treasurer, Noah is the, I forget, but like, you know, they're just like, yes, I just know who you are, pretty much. So she takes the photo for them, pretty good. And I think that was pretty much the highlights of episode 8, pretty much. Oh yeah, also the fact that, I don't have a screenshot for this, but then the fact that they freaking made Sensei buy them all souvenirs and shit. I was like, bro, my wallet, IRL, I could not do that. I think that was about it for that one. Yeah, there we go. Here, I have the screenshot for them. Yes, very wholesome episode. Like I said, the episode and the anime in particular do a really good job at, like, you know, just like building and showing the relationship between the whole club and everyone. Because yes, in a sense, they do a little bit in the game, but you don't get the voice acting, you don't get the other aspects, and they do it a lot in this one. Like, you know, with like Shiroko and the broken souvenir in her place, and she like replaced it, and now everyone has one. I don't know if I have a screenshot of that one. No, I don't. Okay, that's next episode. So yeah, episode 8 so far, really nice. A little filler, but I think it was completely fine because the rest of the anime progressed as it did in the game, so it's, you know, solid. Next episode, I only have one screenshot for this, unfortunately, because pretty much it's the whole simple, like, you know, that I think they attack the desert, right? I don't have a screenshot of this for some reason, but yeah, they go attack the desert, and then I think what this episode in particular does, episode 9, was really show Hoshino's backstory a lot, because, you know, for anyone who's playing the game now, they're like finding this out, like, not now, but like, you know, we're getting a lot more Volume 1, Chapter 3 in JP's Blue Archive at the moment, right? So, you know, you're getting all that backstory of Hoshino, right? But the anime, they're just showing it. They're just like, yeah, these are like all, you know, some screenshots from in-game, if you know, right? And they're just like showing it all in this episode, or like, you know, in parts of the episode in the anime. And I like it a lot because honestly, I honestly did not know about Hoshino's whole, you know, her senpai Yume, and then like the whole backstory, not to an extent from what I remember from playing the game, because they don't really go into that too deep until later on, and like Volume F, right, and Volume 1, Chapter 3, right? But no, they're like showing in the anime, which is really nice. I like it a lot. So unfortunately, I have one screenshot of this thing, but then this is the episode before, you know, Hoshino does the whole disappearing act, right? So yeah, they attack the Kaiser facility in the desert, and then freaking taunts Hoshino. Oh, I actually remember one scene where it's so, like, I love the voice acting in this anime, because when you hear Hoshino talk seriously or like normally, right, it's so different, because I'm always used to, like, you know, oh, Oji-san, I'm so sleepy, so tired, but when she's like serious mode and her tone changes, like, you know, it's for real. I love that aspect of the anime. So, you know, at the end of the episode, of course, Sensei talks to Hoshino. We don't get the whole deep talk, unfortunately, that they did in the game. Like, you really like see what they converse about. I think in the anime they just kind of skimmed, like, you know, Hoshino, we have to talk. Okay, let's go take a walk at the night in the school, and then it just cuts to like the next day, right? So it's like a little bit of a thing, but you know, you play the game, you know what's said, and like some serious stuff, or not some serious stuff, but like, you know, the deep conversation. But like, they just kind of skim through that, which is like, you know, unfortunate, but whatever. So that's episode 9. Episode 10. Oh wait, is this? No, episode, oh wait a minute. Oh yeah, episode 10. Okay, so yeah, Hoshino disappears, and then Kaiser attacks the city, and then you have the Problem Solver Squad come up, and this is a pretty much an action-packed episode. Nice look. And then I think the highlight of episode 10 was, oh well, okay, here you have freaking Mitsuki, like, you know, being like, okay, you bullied my Ane, like, no, unacceptable. This, I don't remember this happened in the anime, but then I know this happens because there's an interaction in the game where Mitsuki, like, you know, like, Ayane and Sensei are walking into school one day, and then like Mitsuki just comes up to them and teases them. And I was like, bro, you just attacked us like last episode, but then no, like, you know, that's about it. But in this interaction, she's like, okay, you don't bully Ayane, you don't bully the shy girl. Glasses Girl, and I thought it was pretty good. This episode has a lot of good stuff, and then of course the highlight are not the highlight, but like the boss battle, the mechas in the game. I could have sworn that the color palette are. I'm pretty like every time I see these enemies in game, they're supposed to be like white and orange, right? Not black and orange, but I mean it's pretty much the same enemy type in the game. So you know, get the yellow, get the piercing and whatnot. Even though you have like an art team full of reds, except Ayane and or not Ayane, Nonomi, Hoshino. We don't have Hoshino in this fight. But you know what? You know, is this CGI? I can't honestly tell. But like these, even if it's CGI, this is like what the enemies look like in the game. So this didn't bother me too much, right? And then you have Problem Solver and the Abydos Club team up together to do some cool action and whatnot. Of course, the action is anime is always a little bit of a step up from the game because, of course, in the game you don't really get to see too much of the action, right? And then the highlight, of course, was Shiroko picking up Hoshino's shield, which was, I did not expect that shit. I saw Sensei running up with the shield. I thought Sensei was about to do some kind of FGO, bust out the shield, protect Shiroko, and then she like follows up on the attack, but no, she just like he throws the shield to Shiroko, and then she uses it to block an attack, and I was like, bro, this shield's like the strongest thing. Is it called was it the Iron Horse, right? That was so sick. And then Shiroko's like, bro, I don't know how the hell you do this, Hoshino. I hate being a tank. I'm a middle striker. So yeah, that was a pretty sick highlight, I must say. And then, is that it for my thing? Oh, of course, and then in the end, of course, they tease Hoshino, you know, being stuck, being experimented on, trapped here, and now you gotta commence the rescue mission, right? Episode 11, the Battle of Adults. So, this was one particular scene that I was quite interested in and how they would do in the anime because I really love this scene in the game. So it starts off with Sensei just, you know, alone in the school at night, and then he just gets the freaking invitation cards like, come to this location here. I was wondering how this happened because in the game you just start talking to him in the middle of nowhere, and I'm just like, where are we, bro? But no, he calls you out. He's like, come to this place, and then, you know, we must discuss Sensei, and then they have the whole battle, or the talk, right? The adult talk here, and they do remix the Black Suit track, which is like, it's cool. I honestly prefer the original one because it sounds like way more like intense, but then they remixed Unwelcome School, Constant Moderado. They remixed a lot of the songs in the, not a lot, but like some of them in this anime, which is okay, but they still use the OG track, which I like. And then, you know, you have the talk, and I just have to say this interaction is a lot more, how do I put this? There's a lot more weight to it because there's voice acting. Like, I remember reading this in the game, and yes, it's very intense because you have two adults with different perspectives and whatnot, and they're like, you know, having their own battle through words or whatever. But this one, you know, you have voice acting, you got the interaction, the movement, and then you have them freaking like square up in their face, and I'm just like, dude, you know, I'm a do the Sensei thing, right? Take responsibility. Oh gosh, those words give me goosebumps. Volume F, if you know, you know. But yeah, this interaction was solid, and this is like the first half of episode 11. I was like, okay, we have 2 episodes left. How are we gonna do all this? But no, they spent the whole first half of episode 11 doing the Battle of Adults, and then eventually the second half is when they try to recruit help. And I was like, okay, this is actually, pacing's going just right. So after the Battle of Adults, like, okay, we gotta go save Hoshino, but we need help. We got Trinity, we gotta get Faust, Hifumi. And you know, this was okay. Episode 11 was so good. I swear to gosh, they need season 2. They keep teasing us for this stuff in episode 11. So they go to Trinity, and I saw screenshots of this online when the episode came out, but I didn't watch it. But they showed Koharu, they showed Azusa, they showed Hanako in the fountain. I was like, dude, it looks so good. I seriously want I want Eden Trinity animated. They're teasing us, man. And we're not even done yet. At the end of the episode, I didn't expect this part, but we'll go to the end of the episode by then. But, you know, little teasers. If you played the game, you know for sure. Eden Treaty. So yeah, they go to help. Or I don't have a screenshot of Nagisa, unfortunately. But yeah, they go to help. They have Hifumi represent them and talk to Nagisa. And you don't get to see Mika, unfortunately, but, you know, or Seiya, but, you know, Eden Treaty, right? But yeah, they go to help, and unfortunately, they're like, you know what, we can't really They say no, pretty much. And I don't remember how it happened in the game, but I kind of like how they just like, I don't think they'll say no particularly, but they'll say like, we'll think about it, right? We can't accept right away due to, you know, Eden Treaty, right, things. But they don't say no flat out. And then after that, they go to Gehenna, and they're like, okay, well, Trinity, we can't get help from them or Hifumi, so they'll go to the Gehenna and ask, you know, the what you call it, the prefect team. And then I think it's the next screenshot. Yes. Okay, well, you see Akko and Shinatsu come in, and then I'm like, where's Sensei? Sensei's over here with Iori doing the foot thing, and this broke the internet so bad. But you know what? I applaud this game for just going 1000% at it. That shit was so funny. It's pretty good, because I think in the game, in the game it was pretty thing too, but like, you know, you got the voice actor, you got the animation, and the Iori just like freaking panicking because he's actually doing it, and that was just pretty good. Episode 11 was a riot. And then I think Hina shows up. No, actually, I don't have a screenshot of Hina showing up, and it's just like, bro, what the heck are you doing? So unfortunately though, Gehenna prefect team, they also refused. They're like, okay, we have to think about it, you know, we can't just immediately say yes to helping. Okay, so Trinity did not say yes. Gehenna prefect team didn't say yes. Okay, we gotta go to Problem Solver. Where's Problem Solver? Their address says that they're in the park, and I was like, bro, like, gosh, they need more money, bro. But then their office or whatever is like under a playground. This is some enemy original stuff here, but I was dying laughing at this stuff. I don't know for sure if they're like sleeping under here or like this is their office and they just, you know, reside elsewhere, but they need more money, bro. Need more funding for Problem Solver. So they couldn't actually, you know what? No, they find them at the ramen. Oh, never mind. Well, speaking of Problem Solver, they meet them at the ramen shop, and then they also ask them, and then immediately, we'll think about it. We can't say yes right away. Can't say no, even though Aru probably wants to say yes, right? So then everyone they pretty much went to ask for help said no, or didn't say yes, pretty much. And then afterwards, they're talking to the ramen dude, and then they have freaking Momoy and Midori teased. I was like, oh heck no, they're teasing Eden Treaty. They're teasing the Game Development Club. I didn't expect this. I only saw the Trinity cameos, and when they showed Momoy and Midori in the anime, I did not see this online. So I was so baffled. I was like, oh my god, this is literally the second season right here. These two, we didn't get to hear them talk, unfortunately. They're just like, oh yes, they stumbled upon us, and then we're having ramen and whatnot. And I was like, okay, dude, they have to tease season 2. So there's that. I think that's the end of episode 11 pretty much. Afterwards, you know, they go on the offensive. It's time to attack. Save Hoshino. We asked for help. You know, they didn't say yes, but we gotta believe that they'll come through in the end, right? Episode 12. Okay. The final episode of the series. You know, episode 12, I swear to God, they open it up with the backstory with Shiroko and Hoshino, and this took me by surprise. They're really going all in with this thing. If you know, you know. But they're using the in-game CGI or the scenery in the anime, and I was just like, oh heck yes, this was fantastic. And I don't know, man, they like, you know, they could do this stuff, right? But like, I swear this is all bread, you know, popcorn for like us game players. But it also just potentially hints further seasons. They could do it. They're showing the cast and the whole everything, and it's so doable. I just wish, you know, it's a big copium wish, but you know, we'll see in the future. Anyways, go with Shiroko's backstory for a bit, and it's like, okay, I know Hoshino helped me out a lot. I gotta go help her in this, you know, save her, right? They go in, attack the Kaiser, and then we got Faust, not Hifumi, Faust, come in with the artillery support. And then I guess they really got the Trinity students to help out here in this part. I was assuming in the game is just Hifumi doing all this by himself, but I guess they technically had to have the students from Trinity help out to, you know, supply the mortars. So, you know, it's not just Hifumi, it's Hifumi and some Trinity school members. So that was pretty cool. And then they move on And then bam, you got the prefect team come in. You got Iori coming, kicking in and doing some badass work. And then you have Problem Solver. They're like fighting a giant mecha from like last episode. And you know, it's the what do you call it, the director, right? And then Problem Solver flies in with a helicopter, only for it to not have fuel, and then crash the helicopter onto the giant mecha enemy, which was good old Problem Solver fashion, if I do say so myself. They're all not unscathed from the crash as well. But dynamic entry. You want the outlaws to show up at the last second. Very Aru thing to say, so pretty nice there. And then they're like, you know what, go on ahead, we'll take care of this dude. And then you actually have a nice interaction where the prefect team catch up with them, and then you have Hifumi catch up with them, and then you have like the prefect team, you got Problem Solver, you got Hifumi here too. Not Faust, Hifumi took off the mask, and you know, they're about to fight this mecha dude. I was kind of interested to see this fight just a bit, because you know, we got to see Hina in some action in the anime a little bit. Unfortunately, I didn't get to hear the iconic gun sounds from the game. You know, I could talk about the gun sound effects in the general overview of the anime towards the end, but I would have liked to hear the gun sound effect from Hina's EX skill, just my personal thing. But yeah, so they're about to fight, you know, the director. It cuts out, and then, you know, they go through the whole plan in action, save Hoshino, and then you have the iconic shots. I was waiting for this shot. I was like, they have to do this shot, but they also put Sensei in there too. And I was like, oh hey, look, there's my thumbnail for the anime, and I think that's it. Yes, then they save Hoshino. All is good. And you know, even during the moments when like Hoshino's like free and trying to escape, they show more of the Yume backstory. It's fantastic, you know. But of course, they pull out in the end, save Hoshino, and then all's good. Roll the credits. Done. And then I think towards the end, they just kind of show like the rest of what we call it, the clubs and the students like on their daily thing. You got the prefect team doing their own thing, Problem Solver doing their own thing, Hifumi's fangirling about Perero, then you have the Abydos club doing whatever, and then you have Sensei just chatting with Arona, and that's how the anime ends. And I was like, congratulations guys, congratulations Senseis, we done it, we finished the anime, pretty solid. Yeah, so overall, episode 12 as the finale, technically there wasn't like a big boss fight towards the end, maybe as like some of the chapters follow, but like I was expecting like a big, I mean, they did technically have a big action spectacle. They had like, you know, the whole squad fighting in, and then you had Problem Solver, and then Hifumi, and then prefect team coming in, and there's a lot of action. You know, they're all like helping each other out, covering each other's backs. A lot of action and whatnot, and it wasn't too grand considering they're like, okay guys, we'll take care of the enemies here. You guys go on ahead. So there's no big boss fight towards the end. But overall, it was still a, you know, satisfactory ending. Followed pretty much the game as well, and yeah. Fortunately, after the credits, nothing happens. There's no tease, no nothing. So we'll leave that for later. But yeah, I'm going to go talk about. Should I talk about 12? I mean, 12 was pretty standard. They skipped the opening too. You know it's real when they skip the opening for the anime in the last episode. But yeah, 12 was just it was just overall solid, good. I guess in terms now, I should just talk about the anime in like as a whole. Now, I might sound like I'm talking to YouTube and you know, not talk to chat in this part, because I might like kind of like clip this part and segment and then just put it as a separate video as a general whole for the anime. But yeah, so I guess we'll talk about overall the whole anime and just my opinions on it as a person who's played the game. So, okay, let me go get into like YouTuber speak, right? I unfortunately don't have a preloaded slideshow for this. I only have the slideshow for episodes 8 through 12, so I guess I'll have to do a generic sense. All right, let's try this out. Whew. Okay. Greetings, everyone. It is I, the TheDomotaku Sensei. You know, Chalet Sensei, yes. Today, we finished episode 12 of Blue Archive, the animation, and now I think it's time to talk about it as a whole. As someone who's played pretty much most of the game, you can probably check out all my playthroughs on the channel. They're all there in the VODs and the whatnots. But yeah, the Blue Archive animation, it's been in the talks, in the works for quite some time, and I was very interested in how they would do this anime adaptation, and I was really excited for this anime adaptation. Unfortunately, we couldn't get everything from the Blue Archive story overall because, you know, there's a lot of chapters. You got the game development club, you got the Ian's Treaty, you got the Rabbit Squad, and then Volume F. We were not gonna get that for sure. I'm pretty sure they only said that this anime adaptation would be the first arc, so you have the Abydos Foreclosure Club, you got like, was it chapters 1 and 2, right? Pretty much from the game, if you play the game. But yeah, so I wanted to go give this sort of my own thoughts and opinions about the anime overall. I do have like a longer stream on the channel where I talk about episodes 8 to 12 and sort of like, you know, more depth and things I liked. But now I'm going to talk about the anime as a whole and my overall opinions on the anime. Overall, I think that the Blue Archive animation is good. It's solid. Like, as someone who's played the game, there are a lot of good aspects that are done well in the anime, and there are some things that, you know, may have been good in the game, per se, right? One of the first things that come to my mind with the anime is how they started it, because they do the intro of the game. You know, you have the Aoharu playing, you have the talk with Sensei and the General Student Council President, and they do a lot of foreshadowing in this anime, I swear to gosh, with, you know, Volume F and everything, and which gives me hope for more seasons. Will we get those seasons? I don't know, because towards the end of episode 12, we didn't get a hint for season 2 or whatnot, but it's there, it exists. But yeah, the overall start of the anime was kind of thing because they skipped the tutorial of the anime, which I was personally expecting, because the tutorial for Blue Archive in-game, it just works. Like, yes, it had to explain the game mechanics to you and how to play the game, but overall it still also works for like, whatchamacallit, it just works in introducing the world of Blue Archive, right? You know, you have the Sensei wake up, or no, you have the talk with the president, you go talk, whatchamacallit, to Rin, you wake up, you're like, oh yes, you're not from this world, yada yada, and then you explain the schools and everything, right? In the anime, they just go straight to the Abydos Club, which works in the anime because, you know, the Abydos Club is the main cast of the series, of the season, right? These 5 students are, and Sensei, well, Sensei's saying like a background, or not say background, but he's a side character, he's not the main focus, but he's still important, right? So yeah, the way they started the anime was different. Would I preferred the OG one, and then of course you have the Wakamo insert and the tease, right? Maybe. They do like a screenshot of it, I think in episode 2 or 3, where they just show that they fought with Yuka, was it Chinatsu, and I'm forgetting everyone else from Trinity, unfortunately. But yeah, they show that the tutorial happened, and then of course you have the whole interaction with Sensei getting the chest and waking up, right? So the beginning, different. Was it bad? Not really. I mean, there's still some things they could have done, but like, I personally it's a personal thing. I just wanted the whole introduction to the game. It's perfect. And then episode 2, you could have started with the whole Abydos thing, right? The rest of the anime, let me see. In terms of the whole overall anime series, I think it does a lot of good stuff well. The voice acting in this anime helps a lot, because in the game, it's a visual novel. It's all text, it's all reading, so it's all up to my imaginations. You can hear their voices when they're in combat, doing their skills and fighting and whatnot, but you don't have to hear them talk in the story. So having them talk in the anime all the time, it's magnificent. Every time, I think during the beginning, episode 1 and earlier episode reviews, I was just like talking about how it's so nice to have the voice actors just here and just talking. It adds a lot more to the characters, in my opinion. And then of course you have the animation with the action and whatnot, because in the game, you guys don't know how the in-game operates and whatnot, right? You have little chibi models running through and you don't get to control them. They just kind of auto shoot and fight, and you just use your skills whenever you need to. In the anime, they have so much creative liberty and freedom to do whatever they want. You know, you have freaking Shiroko running up to people and gun-fooing everyone, and then you have, you know, a lot more things. You have like Ayane helping out with the drone, dropping ammo or mags or, you know, artillery or bombs on enemies. It's a lot more cooler, I must say, right? And what else? The music, unfortunately, okay, I swear, you know, they do some of the Blue Archive soundtracks. They don't use all of them, but they remix a few, like they did Unwelcome School, they did Constant Moderado, they did the Black Suit theme, I don't know the exact name of that theme, but they used the Blue Archive soundtrack, which is like, okay, cool. They remixed it just to be different, and you know, that's cool. I like it. I sometimes might prefer the original, but it still works out in the anime. The gun sound effects. This might be I play Blue Archive. I don't know anything about guns, but the guns in this anime, like, you know, there might have been like a few times where I would like to hear like some gun sound effects from the game, just from my brain, because I hear it all the time. Like, for example, Hina in episode 12. Like, you know, you have Hina in action, right? I was about to like hope to see her EX skill and the freaking like, but no, you don't get to hear that, which is like thing. But you know, I'm not too, whatchamacallit, I'm not too upset about the gun sound effects. I mean, sure, they sound, I don't know, I wouldn't say they sound too impactful, but like, I wasn't too bothered by it. I think I'm mostly bothered by the fact that I hear the ones in game all the time as I play every day, but I didn't hear them in here. That's about it. It's just like a little disconnect, but it wasn't bad. What else? So I talked about the music, the character. Oh, the characters, right. So I think the anime does a really good job with, well, this also like applies to the voice acting, but the characterization of everyone, right? They do an excellent job at showing the characters, right? And like the relationship, because once again, in the game, it's all text and reading. There's no voice acting. They might have some few moments where it's all, you know, happy-go-lucky slice of life, right? But no, the anime does it a lot well. Like I said, they always use like flashbacks of the past. They literally use in-game CGs and show them off like nothing. Hoshino's backstory was also much of a big focus in this one as well, which is much appreciated, and I would say a really good whatchamacallit, a good choice in the anime, because like I said, now in JP, if you guys don't know, in JP current the game, right, they have like some chapters focusing on Hoshino and her backstory a little bit, and you know, I don't particularly remember them going too deep in that in the game when I first started, but them having to do that in the anime was fantastic. Like, you know, get to show Yume senpai and Hoshino in the past and whatnot. It was good. And then they also showed Shiroko and some other scenes and whatnot. And then if you played the game, you know, teasing Volume F, right? But yeah, I think the anime did a lot of good aspects in that regard. So let me see. Let me try and remember this. So in terms of the pacing too, I believe, like the pacing, everything kind of went well. They had one episode where there was a filler with the aquarium, but overall it was a guppy go. Oh, dang, I'm gonna have to cut that out of the edits. Sephia, welcome. I'm currently like live recording a YouTube video, so I wasn't responding too much to this chat, but welcome, Sephia. All good that you're late, but yeah, I'm going the general overview. But I'm probably going to edit this part out because, you know, IRL interruptions. Welcome. But okay, it was back to what was I saying? Man, I lost my train of thought. Someone IRL opened the door and I was like, oh hey. What was I talking about? Sorry, oh gosh, this is gonna be weird in the edits, but I lost my train of thought. I guess, okay, let me try to redo this. The pacing of the story was overall pretty good. So you had, of course, the aquarium filler, which was episode 8, which was like original, but didn't really interrupt the pace of everything. You know, once again, chapter 1 is the beginning of the game, so I played this chapter last. It's like the last thing I remember, like vaguely in my memory, right, from the game when it started. So when everything was happening in the anime, I was like, oh yeah, this is supposed to happen, and that, and then that, and then that, and the bank, then this thing. I was like, the aquarium's not supposed to happen. So everything kind of worked out well in terms of the pacing. They did cut out the tutorial, which kind of made it work, which is you know, if they do an episode 0, that would have worked too. They just do the episode 0 with the tutorial. But yeah, the pacing was overall, you know, it worked out towards the end. Even the Battle of Adults, I was like expecting the Battle of Adults to be... I made a lot of guesses on how they would do the anime sequences and like how long it would take, but they did the Battle of Adults like half of one episode, and then the other half was like just normal. So it was pretty all good. The ending, you know, it was all fine and dandy. They didn't tease anything in the end of the credits, so unfortunately, no season 2, but when, right? And I think that was it. Also, like the anime, there was a lot of people talking. Okay, this might be some in-game spoilers, but I'm not gonna go too deep. But there's a lot of people, you know, theorizing about the anime as, you know, us players who know the game and the future, right? And Volume F. And we were thinking like, oh, maybe this could be something. Although, as I'm watching the whole anime now and I finished it, I don't think that's the case. It would have been a cool Easter egg if that was the case, but I don't think so. Speaking of Easter eggs, this anime, like, I swear this anime does a lot of Easter eggs, and it's all really nice for people who play the game. For anyone who's never played the game and are just watching the anime because they've heard about the game through Beans, right? They would be like, oh, hey, there's like a lot of characters showing up on screen. I don't know who they are. Like, you know, you had the makeup work club, and then you have the game club, and then who else they tease in the Easter eggs there. You know, just like a lot of people from the later chapters in the game, right? And as game players, we get like an enhanced experience because we've already played the story, right? So that's just a little bit of thing. I think it still works out even if you watch this and have not played the games. But you know, just a little extra little nod for us senseis who play the game, so it's all good. So yeah, I think that the anime was overall pretty good. Oh, sorry. I'm going to edit this part out. Oh my goodness, man, you talk for like... I haven't talked for an hour. No, it's like only like a few minutes. I better edit this out when I put this as a video, future me. But yeah, overall... Oh, let me redo that. Overall, the Blue Archive animation did a good job, I would say, towards the end. They enhanced a lot of the aspects from the game that I personally enjoyed, like the voice acting, the characters, the action sequences, the music. I guess the music was, to an extent, thing. The gun sound effects were kind of thing, but the characterization of the characters, the story, the flow of everything, and the vibe of Blue Archive. I don't know, there's a feeling for that, but the vibe of Blue Archive, it all kind of fit. As a person who's played the game, I would say I got an enhanced experience through the animation. Now, would you say that the anime is better than playing the Chapter 1 game in the mobile? Debatable. No. Honestly, I would probably play the tutorial for Blue Archive, the game, because they skip all that in the anime, and then you can maybe watch the whole anime for Chapter 1 and the Abydos Club. You can technically do that, or you can do both. Honestly, just play both. They're all pretty amazing. And in-game, like, there are some things they skip from the game just because they have to, like, you know, kind of condense a few things in the anime, but you get it enhanced if you play both. But you know what? It all worked out in the end. I think the anime does some things good as well, like the Iori foot thing, right? Just another joke. But yeah, overall, Blue Archive, the animation, I would say, is a solid adaptation. It's not too bad. Of course, there's a few little mishaps, or not mishaps, things that I would have personally wanted to see myself, but you know what? Overall, for just Chapter 1, Abydos Foreclosure Club, it's pretty solid. Now, when's the second season? Because they kept teasing everything, and unfortunately, we didn't get anything at the end of the credits, so, you know, maybe we'll see if there is a second season of Blue Archive, the animation. But overall, it's good. We've been waiting for this for quite a while, fellow senseis who played the game. But that's it for Blue Archive, the animation as a whole, as an overall thing. I would suggest it's a nice watch. I think it's now being available to watch on Blue Archive's official YouTube channel. I think they didn't have an official place to stream or watch Blue Archive for America. JP, they did too. In JP, they have it in their YouTube channel as well. But I believe in America, they're also putting the entire episodes on their YouTube channel. So you can check it out on the Blue Archive official channel and watch it for yourself. Pretty free, right? And yeah, man, it's been a while since I've done an anime episode series review thing on this channel. This is like the only anime I've been watching this season. So yeah, that's it for now. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe, fellow senseis, if you enjoyed the video or like Blue Archive. Like I said, you can check out my channel for me playing Blue Archive, the story and whatnot. I don't have every single aspect, unfortunately, but I have a majority of them, and mostly everything after the anime, like chapter 2 or volume 2, 3, 4, volume F and whatnot. So you can check out my playthroughs and other videos related to Blue Archive on the channel. But yeah, that's it for the Blue Archive animation as a whole review. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you guys have either played the game or you're experiencing the series through the anime by itself, and what you guys thought about the overall anime as a whole. Did you like the gun sound effects? Did you like the music? Did you find some things kind of disappointing in a bit? Did you hate how they didn't do the Wakamo tutorial scene in episode 1? Let me know your thoughts about the anime in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Domotaku Sensei, got some work to do. Okay, that's wow. I've never tried recording a YouTube video for me to edit like live. It's very thing, but I'll have a fun time editing that in later on down the line. What's up, Seth? Let's see. I like in some episodes they introduce other characters in the next volume chapter. Yes, I know, right? It's so good. Too bad some NPCs and characters don't have VAs. That's true, actually. They gave the ramen chef a voice. I was quite thinking about that. Dude, I was like, when they went, I think in episode 11, when they were going to like Trinity, I was hoping to see Seiya or Mika, but no, unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. You excited for the Nikkei summer live stream? Oh shit, when's that? That is 2 days from now, right? Yeah. Even a dead person too has a VA? Wait, what? Oh, never mind. I was about to say, I was like, well, I guess it's not technically a spoiler, I guess. Wait here. I'm gonna take off this suit. This thing's hot. And also, like, oh man, I cannot move in this thing. I'm so stiff as heck. Alright, this is why I record in the nighttime when everyone's asleep and there's no interruptions. I think the speculation of people guess the Nikkeis, right? Yeah. If it's Viper, I'm gonna be so... That's an insta MLB right there. So yeah, I guess, is there any other thoughts you had, Sephia, about the anime? I guess now that I'm not recording, I'll probably have to go... Oh man, how am I gonna export this? I guess, okay, it's only been 40 minutes, so I guess I could technically, like, just download this and then clip out the part where I'm talking about the anime. Oh, this feels way better. Oh man. What about Sakura? Sakura is pretty good too, honestly. Although I'm kind of biased because I just did chapter 24 recently, so that probably is. I think it's good for new players or anime watchers. That's a good thing, probably. Yeah. I was like, I mean, I can only watch this anime and like think of it through like my eyes as someone who's played the game. But like, I think there's a lot of people I've seen online who are watching this for the first time, and they've only heard of Blue Archive through like memes and like internet, right? So it's just like, it's nice. More Blue Archive exposure. I should put that in the review actually. Like honestly, overall, this is just like a good, I don't think exposure, but like just like spread out Blue Archive, because everyone. Okay, my general view of Blue Archive is that, like, as a person who's played the game, I like Blue Archive, but then everyone who doesn't know Blue Archive, they only see this game as like the you know, uwo kudi or whatever kind of thing, right? But it's a solid ass anime or series. Whether Bonsor lets us do the deed, oh man, that's instant. Instant. If it's Viper, we have to do it, because, you know, I don't know if there's any interaction with Viper after chapter 24, and in the events, we need some Viper interaction. That'd be great. Let me see. Let me go through my screenshots one more time. Let's see. Man, I was surprised that they showed. Where was it? Dude, episode 11 was so nice. Episode 11 just had so many cameos, and I swear to gosh, they're teasing us, man. They have to be teasing. Like, they have the in-game. Okay, spoiler talk. I would say spoiler talk, but, like, you know, be warned if I talk spoilers in the live stream section. Not recording anymore. But the in-game shots are so nice. And then, dude, they literally teased season 2 right here. Like, this had no reason to be in here. And I was like, oh yes, these 2 random students came to my ramen bar, and then, you know, they had a ramen. And I was like, oh, this must be like some nothingness. And then no, it's freaking Midori Dory. I was like, wait. I swear to gosh. Some people say it also could be Ruby. Ooh, double Amelie. Potential. That'd be great, actually. Because, yeah, not actually, she does not have. Well, she has a skin, but if a summer variant, that'd be pretty good, actually. Let me see my 3 screenshots. What else? Yeah, I just love how they use, like, the in-game, like, shots in a lot of these things. Even the thumbnail. Where is it? Like, this part, they added Sensei too. And I was like, oh yes, I'm loving it. This thing's great. Let's see what else they got. You know, they didn't do the Hoshino Live 2D. But still, overall, the anime has a lot of Easter eggs for us fellow senseis, so I still pretty much enjoyed it. It's nice. It's really nice. Hopefully I didn't miss anything when I was, like, doing my review. I would not want to have to redo that. I don't remember how long I've been talking for that recorded part. Saw many memes of people say Sensei didn't do much. I should have. Oh, you know what? I should have talked about Sensei as a character. You're so. Oh my gosh, you're right. Honestly, yeah, I probably should have talked about that. That's a good ass aspect. I just said. Well, I mean, I think in the recorded part, I was like, the characterization and, like, the relationship between everyone was good. But I didn't talk about Sensei. I think Sensei, overall, in the anime, like, he does what he needs to do as the main character / background side guy, right? I mean, he has his time to shine when he's, talking to, was it Black Mask? Not Black Mask. Black Suit. Where's that at? Where's that one screenshot, dude? I love this shot where freaking Black Suit just goes up to his face. That was so sick. Oh, that was so sick, like, intense. Episode 11. This shot right here is so good. And the students say you didn't do anything and then leaves redo the video. Do I have to redo the video? I technically could. I could technically redo the video. It's not too thing. Although then this stream would just be like me like doing live recording takes over thing. I should hold on. Let me go hang the suit. If I do redo the video, I'll probably redo it without the suit because this thing is so hot and stiff. You know what? I actually might just because I can redo it in this outfit, which is different, so it kind of looks different from the stream. I like the Himari scene, or Hifumi, when they also feature the training students. Yeah, that was pretty good, because I thought it was just Hifumi by herself, but no, they actually had like the students come in, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I think I could probably redo it, right? I've only been doing this for like an hour. I could like redo a live recording. Let me see. Okay, I need to remember like certain topics, because I think the sensei character is an integral part of the animation, because this is like actually when he first got introduced. I should have put that in the actual like recording, because that's a really good thing to talk about versus like the game and whatnot. You know what? Yeah, I should redo it, because when I see myself on the VOD like this, like without the blazer, then that's a good cutoff to like for me when I'm editing this later on. I was like, okay, this is where I start talking or do the live recording. Okay, we're gonna do the live recording again, guys. Sorry, but you know, there are a lot of good points discussed here with us fellow senseis, and it'll just be more easier in the future. And also, there was no interruptions, and then me not blowing my nose from talking like for 30 minutes straight or whatever. So let me try and get other things ready. Okay, so what did I talk about? I remember talking about, of course, like the characters, the music, the animation, pacing the story, the teas, the Easter eggs, Sensei's the character. What else? Also think about how Abydos did before Sensei arrived. They didn't have team coordination. That's true. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Okay. Hopefully, let me go put you guys on this side as well. I'm gonna go put pop out the chat. Let's put you guys right here so I can see stuff. Sensei's willing to sacrifice his pride for his students. That's true too, actually. Although I think that's just like a generic sensei thing. Okay, let's do the. Well, what's the meme again? Fuck it, we'll do it live. Let me go get my sensei badge right here. Okay, let's redo the live recording. Hopefully in the future I'll find this, you know, section and clip it out, edit it myself, and upload it as a video. But okay, so let's do it again. Run it back. Take two. Greetings, fellow senseis. It is I, Domotaku Sensei, here today because we just finished the Blue Archive anime. Nice, we did it. Episode 12, everyone. We did it. Been long in the running. Finally done. Where's season 2? So, Blue Archive, the animation is finally done. Episode 12 is done, and now it's time to talk about the series overall. As if you guys do not know, I, Domotaku Sensei, have played the game throughout its entirety. Of course, it's still ongoing, but I've pretty much done a majority of the story, or the main story, perhaps, right? And the Blue Archive animation was announced. I thought would be, you know, we all had high expectations. We were thinking like, oh, maybe we'll go through volume 2 or Eden Treaty, volume F, maybe. No, we're just doing chapter 1 or volume 1, the Abydos Club, which is not too bad. I mean, it literally is the first chapter in the game, in the mobile game. So, you know, of course we're gonna have this be animated. So everyone was very excited about this. There's a lot of aspects going on with the animation, riding on like, you know, fans of the game and the series and whatnot. Like, number one, Sensei's face, because I was thinking about this before, actually, before the anime came out. I was like, huh, if they're gonna do an anime of Blue Archive, they have to give Sensei a face. And they did, and then everyone was overall not too bad about it, because for one, the guy also plays the game, and he's like an avid dude, and he like kind of, he read the source material pretty much, right? It's like, okay, he gets the Sensei pass, right? And yeah, you know, the anime came out, and throughout the weeks that it came out, I did a few episodes talking about some episodes in particular. I really wish I could have done like weekly episode reactions and reviews, you know, every week, but unfortunately I couldn't do it every week, unfortunately. But you can check them out on the channel, they're all there. But this video in particular is to talk about the overall anime as a whole, episodes 1 through 12. You can check out episode 12 in my live VODs, whatever. But yeah, we're talking about the anime as a whole, as someone who's played the games, played through chapter 1 through 3, 4, volume F, and whatnot. And what I thought about it overall, though, as a sensei who has played the game, I really enjoyed it. I thought the Blue Archive anime was really good, actually, right? They did a lot of things that were nice and good, and they could only do in anime versus the game. And they might have skimmed a few things from the game, but it's still overall, as a experience for the first chapter of Blue Archive's anime and the story, right? It did a good job. It did it well. It did what it needed to do, right? So we'll talk about that in detail. So number one, Sensei. So this was an integral part of the game and the story and the anime that I was quite curious about. Because Sensei, I mean, in the game, you know, for those of you who don't play the game, it's a visual novel. There's no voices, no sensei face, there's nothing. You get choices and dialogue in the game, but here you have an actual character that you watch do the things, right? So overall, the sensei character and just the characters overall in the anime were done pretty well. They're pretty, you know, spot on from the game. They did what they needed to do. You have the Abydos Club, you know, being Abydos. You had Serika being the tsundere, Hoshino being the Oji-san, Shiroko, you know, stepping up in a lot of aspects. You have Problem Solver come in, Kayoko, I love Kayoko, and Aru, of course, being Aru. Who else? Yeah, Hifumi, Faust, and then you had the Prefect team. You know, you had the general suspects, right? But Sensei was a character that I was not expecting to really, you know, what to expect, pretty much, right? Because he's silent in the game. You just click a dialogue choice when you need to, but in the anime, I think he does, what do you even say? He does what he needs to be, right? Like, Sensei is the main character in the game. He's the insert character, but in the anime, he's like sidelined, and he only has to step up when he has to as a sensei, which is, I think, fits, because he's, you know, he's the sensei. He's just there to guide the students and help them out when they need help, right? But majority of the time, you're always watching Shiroko and the Abydos crew doing the action, right? But, you know, if Sensei needs to talk to Arona, he has to go freaking argue with Black Suit, or he has to go give advice to someone, or, like, you know, help them when they're, like, kind of like, you know, in their inner struggle, one of the students, then he takes, you know, the role, right? What else? Speaking of characters, I think the characters in this anime are pretty solid too. Like the Abydos crew, I think this anime, so this is one aspect that I really like about the anime. The anime makes all the characters and the relationship a lot more, how do you put this? Like, it's expressive, I guess, because in the game, like I said, back in the game, it's a visual novel. You read text, you see cute sprites and animations, and that's it. This one, you have animation, movement, and voice acting. The voice acting, I think, is a really nice touch with the anime, because one thing we don't have in the game. You don't get to hear Shiroko or Serika being all tsundere and Hoshino being Oji-san. I think this is way more emphasized when you hear Hoshino talk a lot, because every time I imagine Hoshino, I just think of like the Atsui yo, oh Oji-san so sleepy, oh, but then no, when she like talks in the anime and she's like mad or talking seriously and you hear the tone difference, I'm just like, oh shoot, hold up, she's not freaking around, right? And that's only something you get because there's voice acting in the anime, right? And then other aspects too, this is just a personal thing about Kayoko's voice, just me. But yeah, I think the voice acting just helps a lot in the anime, and then it also really show, like, they do a good job in showing the relationship between the Abydos crew and how close they are, because in the game you might see it a little bit, but like every aspect in the anime when they get a chance to, you know, they always see them like being all buddy and friendly and close and whatnot, always like hanging out together. The anime ending is a fantastic piece of ending. I want that full song right away. I don't know when that's coming out, but that ending song is nice. It just shows how, like, you know, tight knit and how close the characters are, and you get that in the game, but I think the anime just does a great job at showing that off well. Speaking of the anime, the action, the guns, the weaponry, the EX skill, the shit chest and whatnot, the anime, so for those of you who don't play the game, like how the game works, right, is you have little chibi sprite models running around. They're doing their own thing. You can't control them or move them. They just auto shoot, and then you use their skills when you want to. So that's how it works in the game. But in the anime, you have a lot of creative freedom and liberty to do whatever you want. You have Shiroko running up and gun-fooing everyone with their kicks and whatnot, and then, you know, being up close and like close quarters combat. And you have Hoshino, you know, of course, doing the same thing. You have Ayane dropping explosives with her drone, and then dropping mags to your teammates and whatnot. And even Iori too. Iori, like, even her EX skills, just like freaking like dodging, weaving, and shooting her rifle. But no, in the game, she's like way more physical and like up close combat and whatnot. Unfortunately, you have to get to see Hina's EX skill. I would personally like that in episode 12. But yeah, the action's solid. I liked it personally because, like, you know, like I said, in game, you don't get to control the action and the characters, but in the anime, a lot of creative freedom, right? And the enemies too, they have those usual enemy types, right? You have your helmet gangsters, you have your mechas and robots and whatnot. They all look pretty standard, right? I think episode 12, you had a lot of those, but I don't know if they were CGI, but it didn't bother me too much if they are CGI because that's what the enemies look like in the game. For someone who's never played the game, maybe it might look off to them, but, you know, it looks right to me, honestly. The gun sound effects, okay, this might be like a personal thing, and I play Blue Archive, but I'm not a gun expert. The guns in the anime, they sound different, as I might put it. So like I said with Hina, right, I was like hoping that I would hear Hina and her EX skill and the sound effect of her gun when you use her skill. You don't get to hear that. It just sounds like I don't know, I can't describe it because I don't know anything about guns and how they sound, right? And even Nonomi, right, she has a minigun, but then when I hear it being shot in the anime, it just kind of sounds how do you put it, like less impactful, I guess, right? But I mean, that's just like a small thing, and I might be wrong about this, but it's just, it didn't bother me too much, or I don't say it bothered me too much, but it didn't like lower the whole overall rating of the show. Like, sure, it sounds thing. Maybe it's because I played the game and I'm hearing the sound effects in game every day, and like all the EX skills too. When I hear the anime, I'm just like, these gun sounds are different from what I'm hearing in games. So that might be a personal thing. But if you weren't bothered by the gun sound effects, let me know out of curiosity, and let me know your thoughts about it. But that was overall still good. The music, I already talked about the anime ending, right? The opening and ending, original, nice, love it. You get to have the Abydos voice actors sing both. I'm pretty sure it's the Abydos crew singing both the opening and the ending. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I like that. And they do use some tracks in the game, or yeah, they use some tracks in the game in the anime. Unfortunately, they don't use too many. I think there's only 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard, of course, Unwelcome School, for sure, right? I've heard frick, what was it? I heard Constant Moderado, and I've heard the Black Suit theme. They were all remixed in the anime, and, you know, I might personally prefer the original sounding ones a little bit sometimes, but it's you know, they remixed it for the anime, so fair enough, fair game, right? They still used it, right? Oh yeah, how can I forget the intro of the game? They used that at the beginning of the episode, of course. Yeah, so, you know, they took aspects from the game and they put it in the anime, and, you know, if you played the game, there's like some nice Easter eggs and stuff for, you know, the fan base who play the game. Speaking of Easter eggs, there's so many Easter eggs in the anime. I swear to gosh, man. There's teasing us for a second season. Now, fortunately, at the end of episode 12, they don't say there's a second season announced, but there have been so many Easter egg drops from freaking beginning of the episode, teasing Volume F, then you see the Makeup Work Club, you see Moe Midori having ramen, so there's, you know, season 2, or Volume 2, Chapter 2, right? They teased the Eden Treaty in the beginning of the series, they're talking about Gehenna and Trinity. There's so much breadcrumbs of Easter eggs like thrown everywhere in here, and that's a lot of fan service for people who play the game, right? But for people who watching the anime for the first time, you know, I don't know if they'll know, but, you know, quite curious on if you guys, or for you guys who've, you know, seen these Easter eggs and whatnot. Personally, I like them. They're just teasing for a second season. It has to happen at this rate. But yeah, so far it's just overall really good. I guess in terms of the pacing of the story, so unfortunately chapter 1 is the beginning of the game, right? So it's like the one I vaguely remember the most because I remember the later chapters more than the very first one, right? But overall the pacing of the anime was overall kind of interesting. Oh yeah, of course, how can I forget about this? They skipped the tutorial of the game. So episode 1, I mean, sure, they go through the whole talk with the student council president, and you know, you have Aharu playing, and you have the whole speech and whatnot. So that's the same, right? But then they skip the tutorial from the game, so you have, you know, the whole interaction with Yuka, Chinatsu, Hasumi, yeah, that's her name, Hasumi from Trinity, right? And then they fight Wakamo, and then we take the chalet building, right? That's not in the anime. It is in the anime, but it's in there in like a few seconds of the, I think the second or third episode, and then he gets the Shidam chest, and then I was like, you know, put off to the side. Personally for me, I really enjoy the tutorial of the game. Yes, it's to learn how to play the game and the game mechanics, red, yellow, blue, right? But it also sets up like, you know, you have your talk with the president, which happened in the anime. You wake up, isekai, I don't know if it's isekai, but you wake up in the world, you know, you establish that the main character, Sensei, is not from this world. And then, you know, you have them, you know, do the whole Sensei thing where you help support the students. You retake the chalet building. You have the little interaction with Wakamo. They didn't have that in the anime. I mean, you know, if you know, you know. And then you establish Rona, the whole, like, you know, the ET thing, and then the anime opening plays, and then episode 2, then you can do the Abido story. But, you know, they didn't do that, so it's like, that's just my personal thing, right? They could have done the episode 0, where they had the tutorial, and then episode 1, they could do the whole Abydos thing, but no, they just go straight into Abydos, and then, like, then you find Shiroko fighting Sensei freaking, you know, plop down on the ground with his butt hanging, right? So there's that. But yeah, aside from that, also in terms of pacing of the story, the aquarium in episode 8, that's technically original and a filler, but I think it worked out well, because what it did was just, once again, emphasize the whole closeness and relationship of the Abydos crew, right? You had, you know, everyone, you know, under pressure from the story, from Kaiser, and then they're like, let's just take a breather and go have a filler slice of life thing with the aquarium and not do the Hoshino Life 2D, even though they did a little Easter egg on that. And also, there's like one interaction where Shiroko personally talks to Hoshino, like one-on-one, and, you know, you see a lot of the relationship between the club in this episode. And then, of course, you had some Easter eggs like Yuka and Noah, right? But it's still didn't exist in the game, but I enjoyed it, and it kind of fit in a sense with the story, because, you know, everything's all serious with the anime. It's like, oh my gosh, we have a big debt to pay, and then technically you took out the filler, and then it just goes straight into attacking the Kaiser base and whatnot. Then yes, it still technically works, but I think this nice little filler episode helps with like establishing the character relations and whatnot. Speaking of characters and other Easter eggs, right? I really like how they go in depth into Hoshino's backstory. I think, okay, this might not be a little bit of a spoiler for anyone who's played the game, but everything in the anime they talked about with Hoshino, right? Like, that was not in the game for sure. So when they're talking about Hoshino's senpai, Yume, if you remember her in the anime, this is all not in the game. I mean, you figure this out later on in the game, but then that's like later in the game. Like, if I remember in chapter 1, volume F, there's no mention of this at all. You might see the picture frame that Hoshino had with her and their senpai when they were younger, but you get to see the flashbacks of Hoshino talking to her and the whole thing. And this was not in the game for sure, because even now, like in current JP game, right, they're doing some story with Hoshino's backstory and all this stuff, right? But they just threw it in the anime, and I think it works off in the pacing too, honestly, because it just shows more about Hoshino, considering she's a key figure towards the end of the series, right? And of course, they also once again show a lot of Easter eggs with Shiroko, Volume F. If you know, you know, right? So, you know, they're not afraid to, like, you know, show all these little breadcrumbs of you know, future seasons and whatnot, right? So that was honestly really nice. And now I'm thinking about more of the anime, I think that's overall it. Unless I'm forgetting something. But yeah, I mean, so like I said, overall, the Blue Archive, the animation, did a solid job in just doing the first chapter of the game. There are some aspects that I would have liked to see in the anime, but overall, they enhance a lot of the stuff that I've read from the game, played from the game, and it's a nice overall review of the first chapter. And honestly, is really good. Would I say that the animation is better than playing the first chapter in the game? Debatable, honestly. Like, as someone who's played the game, I'm just getting an enhanced, version of the first chapter, right? You could read through the first part of the game in the mobile, and there are some things that they took out from the anime, like I said, the tutorial and other small details or other interactions and whatnot. But still, you can play the mobile game. Still, it works out. You'll get the voice acting, but then the animation does that really well, and you got a lot of the backstory and flashbacks of Hoshino, which were not in the game. So it's really, hand in hand. Some things do better in the game, some things do better in the animation and whatnot, but you can do both. You could okay, here's you. You play the tutorial of the game first, then you have your interaction with Wakamo, and then you go watch the anime. You can do that. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys like a lot more. But yeah, in the end, both are good. The animation enhances a lot of aspects in the game, like the voice acting, the characters, the action and creativity of the gunfights and whatnot, and then the pacing and the flashbacks and the backstory of the Abydos crew, Hoshino, and the characters. That's all stuff I really like in the anime. Now, what I'm missing is my season 2, because they showed the makeup work club, they showed the game club, and they showed so many Easter eggs. We need a second season. Why was there no second season confirmed in the end of the credits? That's just a personal thing. Anyways, I think that's it for the overall review of the anime. Let me know what you guys thought about the Blue Archive, the animation as a whole, in the comment section below. Are you guys watching this as someone who's never played the game? Are you watching this as an anime-only watcher? Are you interested in playing the game afterwards? And I believe now the anime is being... There was no way to watch it officially in Americas. You can watch it on JP, on the official JP Blue Archive channel, but now I think it's in America. It's coming out on the Blue Archive official English channel, so you can watch the anime there. I don't think all episodes are out there just yet, but it'll be there in the future, so you can get a good rewatch for free, right? And yeah, that's about it. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified if I'll do some more Blue Archive or anime related stuff. I have, once again, played most of the Blue Archive story in my channel. You can check out the VODs or the live section and look at my playlist of all the stuff that I played there, right? And yeah, overall it's just really nice. I just really want that second season, man. But yeah, that's it for me. Leave a like, enjoy, subscribe. I said that already, right? Yeah, I did. Well, anyways, guys, I'll see you all next time. Have a good day. This is TheDomotaku Sensei signing off. Got some work to do. Cut. Okay, that was a little bit better, I think. That was a bit better than the second one. Man, I feel my freaking nose running again. I swear to gosh. I think, was that only 17 minutes or 20? Oh man. Okay, where are we at? Oh my goodness. I didn't talk about the foot thing with Iori. Oh my goodness, man. Doing things live is hard. Haruka? Was Haruka in there? Haruka? I don't think Haruka's in there. Not your favorite too? Nah. Also read the doujin for more side story. You could do that, Stefan. You could. Haruka's VA, not your favorite? Oh, Haruka. I was like, I thought it was Haruna for a second, but no, Haruka. I should have. She did good. Honestly, yeah. Haruka VA, not your favorite? Okay, well, anyways, let me see here. I think that's good enough for now. I pretty much, I think half of this stream was just me doing my live takes, my live recording takes, and then the first half was the actual extended review thing. So I think I'm gonna end the stream in a bit, and then what time is it now? Oh, that's not too bad. I think, you know what I really want to do today? I think I might want to do some Star Rail story, because I just figured out that to do that little bird fighting event, you have to complete the story. So I'm just like, gosh darn it, I gotta do that stuff again. So yeah, I might end the stream in a bit, and then I might come back in an hour or two after I eat something and do some Star Rail story, because I have story blocked. There's a Yori Dojin that just got translated. Wait, really? I might have to do some research here. My god, the artist makes some good story. Ooh. Yes, let's go PvP together. Yes. Well, we'll do that live for sure. Once I like finish the story and be like, okay, now I can do the whatchamacallit. This is what I like about Star Rail, dude. I like the whole event, it lasts the whole update. I don't have to worry about it being 2 or 3 weeks long. It's like a month. More than a month. It's nice. But yeah, that's about it for this extended review for Blue Archive, the animation. I did so much like repeating of the information, and the whatnot is permanent too. Oh shit, really? Oh, that's so nice. Heck yeah. I knew they would make this shit permanent. Nice. Well, anyways, if you guys are here watching the extended version all the way through me trying to record this thing twice, thanks for watching, everyone. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when I'll stream some more Blue Archive and other games and whatnot. Like I said, I might stream later some Star Rail and other things. I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on this week. I guess the Nikkei stream. The Nikkei stream takes place 2:55 in the morning, a.m. I might be able to catch that. Hopefully. We have free 4-star too. Gallagher, Luca, Hanya, and Arlen. Well, I have Gallagher E6 already. I don't know. Oh yeah, I have Luca E6 for sure. Hanya? Oh, maybe Hanya might be good actually. I don't know if I have her E6. That's good to look at. Nice. But yeah, that's about it. If you're here in the extended part, leave a like. Or not leave a like. Leave your thoughts about the Blue Archive anime overall, or what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. And I'd like to hear what you guys think about it, because it's like really nice. It's just, once again, Blue Archive just being more out there, more accessible. If you guys want to play a mobile game, just want to watch a thing, it's nice. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go get out of this suit. So let me go play my, where's that one thing? I'll see you all later. Domotaku Sensei signing out for real now, not in the recording.
No Gardo.
Oh, that's not it. Oh gosh.